Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Baina Midday News, coming to you live from Benab House, Atomic Junction, Medina. I'm Khadija Kubra Kayla, and coming up in today's headlines, traders at Kumasi Central Market stranded after private developer seizes trading area, and residents of Efutu protest against possible sale of Ramsar site. And in education, schools in Nkwanta yet to resume weeks after tribal clashes. Details of the stories comes up shortly. Thank you for staying with us. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Baina TV. Now to our first story. Traders at the Kumasi Central Markets are in a state of despair after a private developer allegedly seized their trading area, deployed langars to brutalize their security personnel and vandalize their roof of their shops. The traders who have been occupying that portion of the Central Market for over 40 years are unable to continue their businesses as the private developer is claiming ownership of the land, compelling them to evacuate.
The affected traders are devastated at the prospect of losing their livelihoods. One of the traders lamented that they have been there for over 40 years and that the land is the only source of income for their families. The traders are urging the government and relevant authorities to intervene and protect their rights. They believe that the private developer is acting illegally and that they should be allowed to continue trading in the market. The situation is further complicated by the unclear ownership of the land. The traders claim that the land belongs to the Ghana Railway Authority, while the private developer claims to have the ownership right. The Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has stated that they are investigating the matter to verify the true ownership of the land. The traders are also frustrated by the lack of transparency in the process. They claim that they were not informed of the court ruling that allegedly granted ownership of the land to the private developer, and they have not been given any opportunity to challenge the ruling. The traders are pleading with the government to step in and protect their rights. They are calling for an independent investigation into the matter and for the private developer to be held accountable for their actions.
Away from that, some residents of Efutu in the central region have taken to the streets to show their displeasure over allegations of the possible sale of Ramsar site in Winneba to investors for mining. The concerned residents, clad in red apparel, say the site being given to investors is the same site they use in hunting deer to their annual Abuachre festival.
The demonstration comes months after the discovery of lithium in large quantities in Efutu and other parts of the central region was put before Parliament. The residents warned that they would halt operations of the mining company, saying the exploration would destroy the reserve which has been there for several years. One of the protesters, who identified himself as Solomon, in an interview with the media said they heard that their ancestral lands always used for their festival celebrations restaurants and where their fetish priest lives is being sold. They added that selling the land will likely put the Abuatri festival in limbo. He said that diamonds and gold have been discovered on the land, but if that land is touched, properties would be destroyed, and so the youth in Winneba have decided that they won't allow them to touch that land. Another protester added that the chemicals that is going to be used for the mining will affect the sea and destroy the fish. He angrily said if the land was being used like that, this generation wouldn't have met it.
Meanwhile, the National Executive Council of the Convention People's Party has passed a vote of no confidence in all its national executives. The decision was taken during a meeting in Kumasi in the Ashanti region, where the party asked all national executives to resign or be removed from their respective positions.
The party members drawn from across the country largely expressed dissatisfaction with the performance of the party's leadership, hence the decision for the various executives to resign from their position. There was a significant level of misunderstanding during the meeting as some party members petitioned for the national chairperson to be removed. The National Executive Council has created a 13-member interim body comprising regional chairmen, a member of the Council of Elders, regional secretaries, regional organizers, and some representatives of women and youth. Nanaya Jantua, in an interview with the media, confirmed that following the decision, she has resigned from her position as the general secretary, indicating that she would later disclose her next line of action. Meanwhile, despite their declaration by the National Executive Council that all the national executives have been removed from their position, Nana Akosua Frimpoma Sapon Kuma insists she is still the chairperson of the party. According to her, the National Executive Council does not have the power to remove her from her position.
And in education, schools in some parts of the Nkwanta Township in the Oti region remain closed following weeks of clashes between the Adele, Chala, and Akayodai tribes. The conflict, which erupted over disagreements related to the performance of ritual rites connected to the Akayodai's 2023 annual Yam Festival, has resulted in multiple fatalities, injuries, and damage of properties, prompting many residents to flee the area.
In response to the escalating violence, the Minister for Interior, Ambrose Derry, imposed a curfew on the Nkwanta Township, restricting movement from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. Despite the presence of security personnel and curfew, tensions remain high in the community. Fearful of being caught in the crossfire, market women have abandoned the central market, opting to sell their wares along the pavement. Schools have been forced to close, businesses have been disrupted, and residents are living in constant fear.
Now we take a quick breather. We'll be right back.
Kasuwan bai na tallace bai na TV na kawo muku kasuwan bai na kan screens ku shops da kuke da shi da kuke sai da laces mayafayya shaddodi takalmuna chain tularin wuta kayan da ake sawa ake use madaci da mutane. Jama'a ku zo kan Baina TV, muna so mu tanye ku ka kare kanku customer da riba insha Allahu. Sunana Aisha Muktar, magajiyan kasuwa.
Don tallatar da kayayyakinku akan shirin kasuwan baina, ku tuntubi lambar waya kamar haka.
I love you, Psycho.
Even if it was the devil who should come and sit on top of us in Ghana, by virtue of certain procedures, certain practices, the devil cannot get away with doing whatever he wants. He would necessarily have to do what the people expect of him.
Wani lokaci muka yarda da shi kamar yadda yake, wani lokaci muka yi tambaya kuma muna neman amsoshi masu ma'ana. A kokarinmu na ware gaskiya daga karya da farfaganda. A matsayinmu na 'yan kasa masu haƙƙi a cikin lamuran siyasa, mulki da tattalin arzikin kasa.
Breaking the eight, we shall in 2024.
Meanwhile, government borrowing continues to spiral out of control.
Akan wannan shirin ma'auni muna bin amsoshi da mafita yayin da muke sanya 'yan siyasa da jami'an gwamnati akan dandalinmu mai girma. Kasance tare da tawagarmu mai matukar amfani a shirin ma'auni, shirinku na siyasa mai fadakarwa da ilmantarwa a tashar talabijin da kuka fi so.
Ma'auni yana zuwa muku a kowace ranar Laraba da Juma'a da karfe 8 na dare a kan Baina TV. Baina TV, connected to your world.
President Akufo member will show down. Vice President member will show down.
In an age where information is at our fingertips, distinguishing fact from fiction demands precision.
Akan gaskiya da aminci za mu zo muku da labarai wanda ya dace da tsarin 'yan jarida.
Hausan da gurma, dandin da dangai. Batu shino lonku shino kan irshin ga misa kurka jajen duwar shi.
Catch Baina Midday News every Monday to Friday at 12 noon and the weekend news updates every Saturday at 8 p.m.
Mun zo ne don baku labarai masu inganci wanda zai taimaka wa rayuwa na yau da kullum akan yadda ya dace.
A mashdare wa shekan irgwanda irsonga shanno alhabare kan she igane songai news kan shikawar shekala alhadi kur almari gur iye ne da Baina TV DJ ganda.
We are here to deliver unbiased news stories that impact our daily lives.
Labaran Hausa ku biyo mu akan ɗakin labarai na Baina TV daga ranar Litinin zuwa ranar Juma'a don samun labaran ƙasa da labaran duniya da karfe 5:30 na yamma.
Ir'an niyawai illa kadai irhuznai mantikala da katawar shi alhabar ihenni bacaranta kalla jibishi.
Baina TV, connected to your world.
Thank you for staying with us. Now let's do some other stories. A community-based non-governmental called Community Concern and Care Foundation yesterday, December 5th, 2023, celebrated this year's International Volunteer Day in Nima, Accra. The day is mandated by the United Nations General Assembly to give chance to volunteers and organizations to celebrate their efforts, share their values, and to promote their work among their communities.
Community Concern and Care Foundation is a non-governmental organization established to educate youth on the dangers of drug abuse. The non-governmental organization held this year's International Volunteer Day, which falls on every 5th December of each year. In his address, the chairman of the occasion, Igwe Chuks, who is also the paramount chief of Igbos in Ghana, underscored the need to make good use of information made available in order to uplift the economic status of the society. He said, what people need is not huge sum of money for business, but rather information that will open opportunities for them.
Yeah, that is why we came here now. We are informed there is a time like this that we're all gonna gather here. That's why we are here now. So the information he's bringing to your doorstep is the information to let you know that you are very important to the society. The information he's bringing to your doorstep is for you to know that the world needs you, that your family needs you, that Ghana as a nation needs you, that you can be useful to the society. The information he's given to you is to let you know that it might be rough today, it might be difficult today, but it might be good tomorrow. But it all depends on your ability to understand that tomorrow is bigger than tomorrow. That tomorrow is bigger than today. It all depends on your ability to work hard to understand that indeed you are important to the world. It all depends on your strength to drive your vision forward. It all depends on your fast understanding that where I am now is not where I'm supposed to be. Where I am supposed to be is bigger, greater than where I am now.
A leading member of the organization, Comrade Mustafa Saminu, described volunteering as not just an act, but rather a commitment to the betterment of the society. He added that in a world that is often divided by strife and discord, volunteering becomes a beacon of hope.
It is a commitment to the betterment of humanity. It is an estimate to the belief that despite our differences, we are united by a common purpose, the well-being of our communities, our nation, our world. As we reflect on the theme of solidarity, let us recognize the volunteering of a force that unites people across borders.
In solidarity speech to volunteers across the globe, Comrade Saminu reminded volunteers that as they embark on their journey of volunteering, they are not alone. The larger global community is with them. He urged them to believe in the power of solidarity and reach out to connect and collaborate with their fellow volunteers.
Contributes to building a more compassionate and equitable world. As you embark on your journey of volunteering, remember that you are not alone. You are part of the global community of individuals who believe in the power of solidarity. Reach out, connect, and collaborate with fellow volunteers. Together, we can amplify the impact of our actions, creating a network of positive change that transcends borders and resonates with the shared values of humanity.
Mr. Fred Agbogbili shed more light on the activities of the Community Concern and Care Foundation.
Care Foundation is a foundation which is geared towards helping people of vulnerable communities across the country to stem up drug addiction among the youth who have spun out of parental control and have made homes in the streets and internet cafes. and train them in employable vocational skills to become responsible citizens of the country. The foundation also aims at aiding widows, the aged, and the poor single female parents towards economic empowerment.
And finally, in sports, Ghana youngster Abdul Fattah Ishaku has set his sights on a permanent move to Leicester City. The Ghanaian forward made this known in an interview with Soccer Leduma, where he expressed his eagerness to continue on his journey with the Foxes once his current loan spell from Sporting CP concludes.
The 19-year-old winger, who joined Leicester City on loan from the Portuguese side in the summer, has already left a mark with 2 goals in 15 league appearances. The loan agreement includes an option for a permanent deal next summer, with Leicester reportedly set to pay €70 million if they secure promotion back to the Premier League, and if Ishaku features in 60% of the team's matches this season. Speaking about his aspiration, Fattah emphasized his dream of playing in the Premier League and how Leicester City has provided him with unique experience. According to him, Leicester has given him a different feeling. He said the Leicester fans have given him confidence to stay since his arrival on loan from Portuguese club Sporting. The young winger is determined to contribute to Leicester's push for promotion to the Premier League. Fattah's commitment to Leicester City and his optimism about achieving promotion with the team aligned with his aspirations, making the prospect of a permanent move an exciting possibility for both the player and the club.
Well, this is it for our midday news. For more stories, log on to our website, bainamultimedia.com. I'm Khadija Kubra Kayla, and have a good afternoon.